Hello, welcome to this update for Europe. Let's see what's happening with this heat wave and some storms coming. So there's still this heat wave across spots of Western Europe and further south into Eastern Europe as well. So today's July 1st, Tuesday, and we already have some very hot temperatures this morning in many areas, but this afternoon shows many spots still across Spain and France close to 40 degrees, spots southern Spain to 41 degrees, Portugal some 42 degrees, and across central France and even like to 38 in Paris and more spots to 37. So please be careful of these temperatures as stay cool, stay hydrated. And there's here like we have some red warnings in France now for this heat wave, so some high temperature warnings, including Paris, these red warnings, and have some in Switzerland as well, and some storm advisories too. So be careful in those areas, especially like in those red warnings, but be careful in all the areas. So let's see here. Shows like uh, later this afternoon across spots of Germany as well. And the Netherlands shows some 35 degrees, more spots in Belgium across like some 36 degrees, even to 33 across London, possibly. So be careful in those areas. There's tonight, it lowers down, but spots still remains somewhat hot during the night, like in the 20s. So be aware, especially across Spain, central France, and spots of Italy. So shows there Wednesday, this goes shows Wed- Wednesday afternoon across France, some 37 degrees, more spots, southern Spain to 42 still, and shows like some spots northeastern Spain close to 40. So stay safe in those areas. It shows like across Germany, very hot, shows some 38 in Berlin. So stay safe. Shows more spots in Italy, some 34, 36 degrees, 32, even 37 in a few spots. So stay safe in those areas as well. Shows Wednesday, this goes into Thursday, and then like the air mass changes across the UK and northern France, ooh, back to average or slightly below average. And then the south still remains this above average. So shows like still by July 3rd in Italy, some 34, 36 in a few spots, still in Spain, but slightly better. And then this goes later in the afternoon, does increase more in Spain to some 42 in some areas in Portugal, 39 on July 3rd, and shows in Italy still to 37, more spots 36. So stay safe in those areas. Be careful. In France, a little bit better, some 28. Just in the south, still some 39 in those southernmost areas, but better. So be careful in those areas. There's Thursday here, Friday shows July 4th, some 37 still. Spots northern Italy, quite hot. Spots of Hungary, Romania to 38, northern Serbia. So be aware. And still across Spain, some 40 degrees in some spots, 38, so slightly better, but still very hot. Like 38 is very hot. Shows some spots in France still, 38, central France, some low 30s, but further southern Spain, some 37, 39. So be aware still in those areas Saturday. And then there's the icon here for some more precise data for today, July 1st. So shows across France. Those areas some 39 degrees on the icon, some 38 in Paris. Those areas to 40 degrees southern France. So stay safe this afternoon, especially in those areas, central northern France. So there's the GFS as well, but shows like to 40 in the GFS, even to 40 degrees, some 39 in Paris. So the GFS is definitely higher. So be careful in those areas. There's this high resolution model, and it does have 40 degrees in Paris. So it's possible you might hit for 40 degrees today, depending on what happens. Some high resolution models have 40 degrees in Paris. So, some 39 further south, 37. So stay safe. Show spots across southern France, close to 40, more spots there, and specific spots there in Italy, just some 36, 36, 37. Some, some spots northwestern Italy, and the south even to 38 in a few areas. So be careful in those areas. Shows in Belgium, choose some 37 degrees, more spots there. So this goes, and this model still has tomorrow, July 2nd, some 38 degrees just south of Paris in Orleans, more spots in Germany to 38 as well. So be careful. And it does show very hot some spots, southern Italy, some 39 degrees, some southern areas, central, western Italy, some 38 in Rome. So be aware. Those areas in Spain still to 36, 35, that portion northeastern Spain. So be careful. Wednesday shows Thursday here and slightly better in France, and the worst of the heat still around like southeastern Europe, Slovakia, Hungary, northern Italy to 37. So be careful in southern France still shows there. So stay safe in those areas. There's this other high resolution model. It doesn't have to 40, but it does have like 39 degrees in Paris. And it's already very hot in those areas. So please be careful, like 40 degrees just south of Paris, 39 degrees in Paris. So stay safe in those areas today, and more spots to 40 degrees around France. And this model goes all the way down to Portugal. So it does show some 41 degrees in Portugal, spots northeastern Spain as well. So stay safe in those areas. Be careful, and yeah. So stay safe this heat and stay hydrated. Drink lots of water. Let's just see here very quick. Entonces va a haber estas temperaturas muy altas aún esta semana, principalmente sur de España, sí, y Portugal, más de 42 grados hoy, día 1 en Portugal, más así en Zaragoza y otras zonas del Valle del Ebro. Entonces, precauciones en estas zonas con esas temperaturas más altas y luego aún queda como muy cálido esta semana, no, no, quizás 43 en Sevilla, mañana, día 2 de julio, aún día 3, pero mejora un poco, pero aún bastante cálidos esta semana, pero quizás vamos a tener unas tormentas para mirar, y es esto. So stay safe in those areas, be careful. So now for the storms, we have today, July 1st, some broad chances of storms in a few spots, like in the Alps, across Italy into Germany, spots in Switzerland, spots northwestern Spain as well, and across France, some general probabilities. So be aware in those areas. And for Tuesday, not Tuesday, for Wednesday, July 2nd, does show some greater chances across like the Netherlands, Germany, spots northern Spain still for Wednesday. So be aware, those areas we'll keep watching. I mean, actually have a level 1 today across Italy, spots of Austria into Switzerland and Germany, and some general lightning across Spain, spots of Russia still, so be careful. Those areas, a level 1 issue parts Central Europe, may for strong to severe downbursts, a few large hail events, and heavy rain. Blocking ridge remains in place for Central Europe into Scandinavia, gets framed by a broad curve low over western Russia, and a progressive trough over the far northeastern Atlantic nose, synoptic scale front impacts today activities. So be careful to those areas, especially like in the Alps and also on the Pyrenees across Spain. So let's see here. There's this model. The Swiss model shows the storms. This around 5 p.m. It shows some storms near France in the Alps there, and some the central Pyrenees and some areas, some stronger ones. And then later 5 p.m. still shows some storms, especially 6 p.m. around Spain, those areas northeastern Spain. But they mainly stay further inland. Those storms don't reach the coast, so they go. And for Wednesday, tomorrow, let's see if they have it here. So like 2 p.m. shows some storms on the Pyrenees. This goes, these ones do get stronger, central Catalonia there. And then this goes, but they barely reach the coast. They get close to the coast tomorrow afternoon, especially some mountains near the coast, but they die as soon as they reach those mountains near the coast. So if you want to see storms, better go further inland because they don't want to reach the coast. It's too stable there around the coast. So, but if as you can see on this map as well, across Castilla and Leon and Galicia shows some storms too, especially in Castilla and Leon. Not much in Galicia, but shows some storms northern Spain tomorrow night as well, tomorrow afternoon. So be careful in those areas. And yeah, so stay safe those storms, especially some hail and more stuff possible. So be aware. So for today, Tuesday, across Italy and France, shows like storms right in the border near Italy and France in the Alps, and it shows like across northern Italy a few scattered ones and southern Switzerland, possibly stuff, strong stuff to just west of Milan and near Milan as well, and other cities, even into the night. So be careful in those areas. And tomorrow, Wednesday, shows more storms on central spots of Italy near the Alps as well. So stay safe in those areas. Be careful. There's the Arrow model too for Central Europe today chooses. So it does show those storms around northeastern Spain, and they stay on the Pyrenees and some like in between the mountains, the coast, but they don't really reach the coast. And there's like in the Alps shows a bunch of storms firing across the Alps, and then this goes maybe some very strong ones in a few areas in that level 1. So stay safe. Shows tomorrow, central Spain, some storms, northeastern Spain, and around southern France, there's a possibility as well. Spots central Italy into the Alps, and that area across like Germany, maybe the Netherlands. So show some stronger storms in Germany there to watch Wednesday. So be aware Wednesday, possibly some large hail and everything. So stay safe. There's some cape here, especially in the Alps and spots of Spain, some spots of more cape, but especially like this, the convective available potential energy for the storms shows across Switzerland. Some very small pockets of like 1,000 joules per kilogram, a few spots to 1,500, but very small pockets. It shows late in the afternoon, more into northern Italy there. So be aware those areas with the stronger storms. And here for later on, there's like the possibility of more storms later this week. So let's see here. This is the arpegge model. It shows like Tuesday and Wednesday, those storms in Spain and Italy and France, those areas, and still shows Thursday, July 3rd, July 3rd, a few storms in northern and northeastern Spain, mainly the mountains, like in the Alps, still shows July 1st, then Friday, July 4th. This model has more stuff in Austria and Italy and Switzerland and some across Spain as well. So Friday this goes, so shows here like let's see closer up. So this is Thursday into Friday, shows in the mountains, northeastern Spain, still shows Friday there. But before, like yesterday and before, we were thinking these storms would reach the coast on Friday, but now it looks like they won't because all the models I've seen just keep the storms in the mountains Friday. So even the European models like shows there in the mountains and some spots further south could see something nearby, but not really that much. There's the GFS. It shows close to the coast, the GFS, but later it doesn't quite reach. But there could possibly be some good views if those storms get close. But there's like the Canadian model too, shows like Friday there, not really much on the coast, just in the mountains. So be careful in those areas. There's in Italy, especially in the Alps, central Italy, those mountains, central Italy, but not much on the coast either. Just if some mountains near the coast might get some stronger storms, but especially in the Alps, shows there's the Central Alps, there's the the European as well. So like, where is it here? Shows those storms Friday, July 4th, a few spots of Slovenia into Austria, Thursday, July 1st, a lot in the Alps. So be careful in those areas and be aware. So here does show this front in Germany, July 3rd, July 2nd into July 3rd, some stronger storms. Be careful, possibly this lifts into Scandinavia and Finland later. So be aware of those areas. The European still shows this widespread storm event across France, UK, and Italy in more areas July 6th. So possibly to watch for some severe weather July 6th. And yeah, so be aware those fronts crisscrossing the UK there into Norway. So shows the accumulated precipitation like until July 8th, for example, it does get a lot in the Alps, even more than 100 millimeters in a few portions there on the European model. Those storms in the Alps on the Pyrenees, a similar thing, spots to even 90 millimeters, a few spots on the Pyrenees from those daily thunderstorms. So on the coast, does show to like 1 or 2 millimeters on the coast, even to like 10 millimeters a spot or two in the coast of Spain, but like very little. Shows some further south as well, near northern Valencia and northern Spain. So be aware, be careful. Norway and northern Scotland, some heavy rain as well, those fronts, and spots in Russia shows more than 100 millimeters. So stay safe in those areas. Be careful. There's the GFS as well. The GFS is even to like 150 millimeters in the Alps from those storms. So it has a lot of rain. The GFS wants to show a nicer situation across Spain. It does have to like 20 millimeters or even more near the coast. So be aware, especially in those mountain ranges, some strong storms. And yeah, so stay safe in those areas. Let's just see here, like slightly closer. So shows there in the mountains. So this week, I don't expect much, but next week, like from July 6th to July 10th, we might have something closer to the coast in Spain. But this week, it's further inland. But this storm there changes the whole day, literally. So bears have a radar and look at the storms while they're happening because it changes all the time. But just be aware, and Italy in those areas does show like many central Italy in the Alps a lot. So be careful. Those storms can be very strong there. So yeah, stay safe in those areas. Be careful, especially the storms and the heat wave and everything. And if you are in Russia, be careful those storms in Russia because that brought low pressure there. northern Kazakhstan and those areas. So stay safe and shows this front turning into a extra tropical cyclone by Finland and Sweden. So shows like Thursday, July 3rd, this goes some cyclogenesis across Scandinavia and into Finland, some more strong storms July 3rd into July 4th as this broad low pressure goes there. And then Friday, that goes into Russia, a few storms as well. So be aware in those areas too. There's rain accumulation that show a lot in Norway, more spots in Finland to like 50 meters, spots of Russia. So stay safe in those areas. In terms of snow, just in a mountain or two of Norway, the European shows the GFS, something Norway as well, to some 1 to 2 centimeters, and the European in Iceland shows slightly a little bit in the mountains in Iceland. So be aware, but the rest, not really. Just not like the Caucasus, still some snow in the Caucasus. So be aware in those areas. Be careful, some strong wind gusts in those thunderstorms, but also with that broad low pressure in Russia, slight to strong gusts from time to time near the coast of Portugal and Madeira too, slightly more winds near Portugal and even the Canary Islands by July 2nd, July 3rd. So be aware in those areas. That show this low pressure Finland and Estonia, some higher gusts into Estonia, Russia, Finland by Thursday and Friday. And before that, shows in Sweden, some high winds, and Denmark as well by July 3rd. So stay safe in those areas. This goes into Russia, possibly some more wind in the Atlantic, those storms in Western Europe later. So stay safe in those areas. Be careful. The image of the day is this big lightning strike from a storm in 2022 that I saw. So yeah, stay safe.